Okay. All right. Same thing. Tom?
I like how you queued different sections for when they came in, like in the beginning of the piece, we made eye contact when I was pretty good.
Jonathan?
Going along with that, I thought that you know this piece, you know where parts come in, you know where to cue, but when you cue, when you're giving cues, it looks a bit like you're having a little bit of trouble disconnecting your left hand from your right hand, and sort of wanting to move both hands in like as if you want them to move in the same way. Try to disconnect your hands.
I have to say something with that. 2 is a very difficult meter, believe it or not.
Great job.
It's a very difficult meter, and when you're cueing in 2, it sometimes looks like that. Just doing that.
Joey?
Go along with that, too. You don't have to use the left hand for it, too. You can literally just, I mean, that's all, eye contact and breath, all you need to do is that left hand cross.
Yeah, like everyone's saying, like, your cues are great. I mean, I don't really think you need to look down as much. I think you can go cues pretty well.
Is there something confusing about the tempo change, or, I guess that's my question, or?
I don't think it was confusing at all. I think you did a really great job of like trying to push us. I just think we weren't.
Is it like the piece that's kind of hard? Not hard, I don't want to say hard, but like, is that what's keeping us sure? That's like my only, as far as like my level of comfort, that's where.
Here's my 2 cents on it. From a conducting standpoint, a piece like this that's detached and that has that kind of stuff, and a lot of people that come on the ends of large beats, Anyway, if they're trying to rely their tempo on what you're doing, you need to make sure that the tempo is right here. And a lot of times you have the tempo that's going on right here. So check this out. Count with me. What do you think? This is 1. This is 2. Count with me. Count with me, everybody. Count. This is 1. This is 2. Count where you think the beat is. Ready? And
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
try it again.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1.
What was clear? Really?
Yeah. Second one.
Again.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Or
1,
2, 1, 2. What was cleaner? 2.
Second.
It's definitely the second one. Here's the reason. And it was the second one last time too. Whatever happened in the room, the second one was the cleaner one. And the reason is because if you're giving the tempo, the beat in the hands, right here, it is a little nebulous where the tempo is. And the reason you have a baton is to focus everything in the tip of the baton. So if you're putting all the information on the tip of the baton, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, versus 1, 2, 1, 2. What is cleaner to look at? You have to admit right now. 1, 2, 1, 2. Or does it look the same? It's like, what's better, 1 or 2? All right, here's the thing. If I'm showing the tempo right here, can this be the same? Can this have a focus at the same exact time as this? No, it's impossible. It's impossible. So what you have to do is you're trying to throw all the information at the tip of the baton. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, and I think when we start slowing down, and I wanted to go back to a section to work a little bit on that. That doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter. How about 130? Why not? 130. It is legato, but we'll get out of it in just a second. 130.
You guys are awesome.
Even if you just look at how loud this actually can get. It's pretty loud just using this hinge. I think when you start adding hinges, you add a little bit of unclarity. If that makes sense. To let you know, you started moving the tip of the baton faster, and then they went with you. It's kind of cool. All right. Where did we just stop? Is it right here?
5.417.
Yeah, I want to go back to when the tune is back. Yeah, let's go. Can we go 152? And the goal for you is to try to make sure it's the same tempo throughout. So in your head, you got to be thinking 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and da 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 1 and 2 and 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 1. That's what self is telling you quietly inside. All right. Here's 152. 2 and 1, 2, 3, go.
probably, I think off of that, like I probably driving the tempo and make sure, making sure that the pulse is internalized. I just feel like,
Right. I think you can help as much as you can with this, but I think internally everybody needs to think subdivision just like you are. One and two, and I think that's a big reason why a lot of transitions sort of fall apart. People that are resting aren't thinking one and two and one and two. They're just sitting around. 1, 2, 3. But they're not, thinking 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, and I think that's really tough. So, but I think this is good. There's a lot of stuff to check out. Check out making sure that the focus is right here. What I think I was telling Brad a little bit. Make sure that when you're on the podium, that eyes, baton, players. I think you're a little low, when I see a little bit of things. Watch you conduct a little bit, and also use as much of this as much as possible. I think you're horizontal. I'm a horizontal guy. I know I differ with some folks around here. I'm a horizontal guy. I think you can show a phrase with horizontal better. However, clarity is compromised. You can go horizontal more than vertical. Vertical is about as clear as you could be, but I don't think, I think like in Brad, like the beginning of this in Brad's piece, you don't want to chop phrases up by being so vertical. I think you can show a phrase better by being like this. Does it make sense? Cool. Thanks, guys.